listening to Fresh Take.
You're listening to the Fresh Take Network.
The Rundown, Joshua Adelaide Marathon with the talented, sexy, dangerous, the Devaneer. It's Devon Seal, and I am back from a hiatus, clear-headed Joshua Adelaide Marathon.
Exile.
As I kind of talked about on 7K yesterday, take care of your mental health. Had some mental health issues, had some personal stuff, but so we stepped away. Dev was cool enough to understand, and shouts to everyone that's been handling stuff here at FTN. But I'm back and ready to get rolling.
What does Marshawn say? Take care of y'all chickens or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, take care of y'all chickens.
So I don't even know what we missed.
It doesn't matter. We're starting fresh.
We're just going to start fresh here on Fresh Take. I'm going in right away with Hate Watch. Let's just go right into this right away.
Okay. I love it. Okay.
I need to talk. Nobody wants this because nobody wanted this fucking second half of this season, which is just a repeat of the last fucking season.
Preach, sister. Preach. Oh my goodness. I couldn't agree more.
I think it's my worst show of the year now, which I don't think it's a bad show, but the last 2 to 3 episodes of this, specifically that fucking finale, irritated me to no end. It just was like, why are we doing the same shit that we literally did last season? It's like the writer sent in the page, is like, okay, yeah, Netflix, here's the ending. Oh shit, I fucking sent in last year's finale. No one will notice. I'll just tweak some shit around.
That is entire. We'll just make sure it's at a party this year. You're 100% correct. I watched this season. Definitely was my choice. 100% my choice. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And there are a lot of things to like about the show.
Absolutely.
Okay. There are, like, I am not coming in as being like it's a chick show and blah, 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 blah. But they do some people dirty in that show. And I think they had done such a decent setup, especially I actually really liked the first half of season 2 or a lot more than I thought I would. Because things were starting to change. Their relationship was starting to grow. They were starting to get accepted by each other's friends and family. So they can start building off of things. They can look at other people's problems or other issues and kind of tackle them as like as a couple with different opinions, but still agree with each other. The high point of the season was definitely the Halloween party, right? When the parents met and the parents actually liked each other.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. And then it just went off the friggin' rails. And I don't understand, and I've talked to my partner about this. I don't understand why the show is so determined to make Christian Bale's character the villain. Like, she is such a piece of shit in this show all the time. She's always the person who's doing dumb things to make people not like her. And for some reason, she's supposed to be the main character of the show, and I don't know why. Like, even let's take it to the very finale, right? Like, or the last couple episodes. She chooses to wear a wedding dress at her sister's bridal shower. Like, why? Because she's jealous? Because she's freaking a child? And then in the last episode, she chooses to wear white at this engagement party. So she's doubling down on being an asshole again. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so also they did Seth Cohen a little dirty too. Like, for some reason he was marketed as being like the cool Jew, and then it was just like, actually I really can't be with you unless you convert to Judaism. When he goes to a synagogue that doesn't care.
Well, also, like, I thought we solved that at the last season. It's like, hey, like, if you don't convert,
Yeah, take your
it's okay.
time.
I
Yeah.
love you for who you are, whatever. And then it was just like, are you going to do it? Or are you like, it get to the point. Like, this is the show has struggled so much with communication side with your partner, right?
Yeah.
And this is someone that's single saying this, but you have to have communication with your partner, right? And like you kind of have to get to the point eventually, just being like, hey, like, we're not going to do all this stuff anymore. Like, are you or are you not? And if she says, well, no, because I don't feel comfortable, like I think she does a very good part of saying like, yeah, it just doesn't hit for me. And I'm kind of like, I want to for you, but I can't. And you would think at that point, your partner's going to be like, hey, like, this is such a big part of my life. I'm literally a rabbi. Or that he's going to be like, you know what? I don't care. You do you. I can handle this because I love you. And that's a big part of my life. And I hate that I can't share that with you, but hey, we'll figure it out, which I guess they kind of did at the end, but it's going to fucking trail into season 3 again. It's always going to be a thing, which was the big part of season 1. That's why I'm like, I was just like, why are we here? And then we wasted the time. I don't know the characters' names. I just know it's Willa and Stewie.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
So like we kind of wasted our time with that. And she kind of did. Stewie was so nice. Like,
he had some issues.
Issues. And then so the Kristen Bell stuff pisses me off. The one that really pissed me off was Sasha and Esther. They just wanted to do drama there to have drama there, like for no fucking reason. They just wanted them to be like they had this whole baby thing that they kind of did
that was
and
fine.
whatnot, which is but just like we just need to have everyone unhappy. I was like, okay,
yeah,
like just for the sake of it, like it kind of, you get to the final episode, it's like everyone's just going to be unhappy, but we're going to have Kristen Bale and Adam Brody. They're going to come back together because of the exact same fucking way that the last season ended. And I was like, well, at least just kind of have like Sasha and Esther together. They're kind of the mom and the dad. They're kind of the glue of everything like that. Like no matter what happens, love above all with them kind of comes up. I'm cool with that. With Stewie and Willa, yeah, okay, there's kind of some flawed shit there, obviously, with that relationship.
Yeah, that wasn't going to last.
Flawed shit with Christian and Adam, but like with Sasha and Esther, like let's kind of make that shit kind of the mom and dad and let them kind of grow. Maybe that's the point. I'm supposed to be the most upset about that one. I don't know, but I just this show frustrated me.
And it is frustrating. It's frustrating because this show seems like it's supposed to be, and I don't mean this literally, okay? This is the OC for people who grew up with the OC, right?
Boom.
Basically.
I'm saying
okay.
Close to it. I mean,
okay, so we're all supposed to be in our 30s now. We're supposed to have settled down, or we're in relationships, or we've figured some stuff out, or maybe we're seeing someone. And the show is supposed to be a reflection of what it's like to be in your 30s. I think they're actually kind of in their early 40s, if I'm being serious about this show, but no one says anything about it. Which is great because this is my life, and so I can relate to a lot of the things that they're talking about. Just like the OC was very topical for our time back in the day. The problem is that the characters are so fucking dumb in this season. No one solves problems this way. No one fights with their siblings this way. And so now it makes me unlike these characters when in reality, like the first season was the hook. That's all I needed was actually the setup of like, okay, he's Jewish, she's not Jewish. They're getting together. They actually really like each other. They hang out together all the time and they're a great fit. How will they make it work? And okay, so they got through season 1. They had some ups and downs, and they're like, we're going to agree that we like each other, and we're going to figure it out. Okay, season 2 happens, and it's like everything just got thrown right out the fucking window, and I feel like it doesn't respect our time. And I was talking to my fiance about this, and it was like, how great would the show be? And like, the show has a lot of potential, has a lot of meat on the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a brief second, I was like, oh, how great would the show be if Adam Brody's character leaves the synagogue? He's a little upset for a little while. Okay, that's pretty fair. oh, at the same time that he's leaving the synagogue, it seems like she's talking about him on the podcast a lot, and he's getting to be a really popular character on the podcast. Oh, and he's basically kind of like a counselor slash therapist a little bit because of his work background. What if he joins the goddamn podcast?
That one time when he was on it and he was talking, I'm like, this is great. I love this.
This is it. That's the show.
Yeah.
But then what happens? So then you can go a couple different things. Okay, so then Succession Girl doesn't like it. So then her and her sister get in a fight. Maybe she leaves. That's fine. So maybe Kristen Bell and Adam Brody's podcast takes off really popularly. Maybe there's some other family things they got to figure out. Maybe he gives up being an observant Jew. Maybe he tries living like the non-Jewish lifestyle for a while, but then maybe he comes back to it. And maybe it's not about her converting to Judaism. Maybe it's about him staying Jewish. Or
even you kind of hit on that point of like he could have just like kind of done his rabbi thing via the podcast. That could have led to a talk show, and that kind of it's like a different form of the new age. Like, because he does this weird sitcom with Seth Rogen. He's not kind of like loving that way, but there's maybe a new age that he could reach out to the youth to have that side of him, to, show off his wise side on his religion.
Absolutely. Like I would talk to that guy about if my problems.
I mean, the other guy is a much better rabbi. He was a better rabbi. Like, like they did very good when they had the other dude come in, and even Adam Brody, I keep wanting to call him Seth, was like, okay, yeah, damn, he's a good. I need Sandy Koufax in this, by the way, as like his grandfather or something, by the way.
Sandy Koufax? Oh my gosh, okay. Wow.
Not Sandy Koufax, but like the actor.
Oh, Sandy Cohen, Peter Gallagher.
Sandy Cohen, thank you. I don't know why I said Sandy Koufax.
That's okay. I was thinking, like, in my mind, this should have been an OC prequel with Adam Brody being Sandy and Kristen Bell being Kirsten, and it should have been them meeting, falling in love, moving to the OC, and then that's the prequel to the OC.
I almost thought for a bit, because Leighton Minster and her husband get like divorced in this, right? Yeah. And I was like, are they like? I was like, it's kind of too predictable. And I was like, oh, it's kind of fun that him and Kristen Bell were going to break up, and then like Leighton Minster and him were going to meet up.
Oh,
and I was like, this is kind of some cool meta shit. Like, I'm cool with this. Like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just hoping for the show, because what I dislike about this show is that it ended up becoming like the same typical Netflix girl show where it's the same problem for 5 seasons and nothing ever changes. I was really hoping that it would be kind of like a more adult oriented, kind of like an HBO style show where like, the first season is them dating. The second season is them like living together. The third season, like they get engaged, and then like, or even if they got engaged at the end of this season, and then the next season is them planning the wedding, and the next season they end with the wedding. Like, there's so many different steps that they could take to actually show progression of them as people. And at the same time, Kristen Bell's character literally sabotages everything she's ever touches. When it makes Esther look like the normal person.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's funny because I binged Emily in Paris before I went on a holiday. Ironically, to Paris. I'm a basic bitch.
It wasn't ironic. That was on purpose.
Yes, so I'm a basic bitch. I get it. But I was like, it's kind of the same thing, because they're doing the will they won't they with her and this character named Gabriel. Meanwhile, there's a better love interest, this guy Elfie, that's from London. And it was like 4 seasons in now, and they keep on doing this bullshit with her and Gabriel. And I was like, there's so many stupid ass decisions that are happening in this. Like, can we just get together with them? Because I kind of know the show model. I mean, it's even kind of like, just watching The Paper, which I haven't talked about on here, but like, I think Nerd Logic does a very good YouTube video on this, so go check it. I do think The Paper is good, and I do think it'll find its footing, because if you look at, I know I'm going a different tangent here, but like if you look at Parks and you look at The Office, those first seasons are kind of But the problem with that is, again, The Paper felt like we need to do the will they won't they right now.
Right.
Of like the 2 people in the office, and then they get together, but they can't because of this reason, but they want to. And so like, kind of coming back to Nobody Wants This is like, okay, you did the will they won't they, and you told that storyline, so now let's, like you said, have the progression. But like, there's just, And I get it. Like, there's fights in relationships. There's fights
Yeah.
about religion. There's fights about moving in with each other, which they had these fights. But you've had two of the biggest fights and the non-decisions you're going to have in a relationship of, is it time to move in? And the religion side. Now, the religion bubble is a much bigger side because
That's fine.
it's literally
I'm okay
one
with
person's occupation and it kind of the foundation of their life. So I understand the big point. But, you know, if I was a friend or of either one of these people, like, hey, you're not ready to move in with each other, but you're not ready to move in because of the religious side. So you're never going to agree on this thing. So I don't care, like, if you like, oh, I love you to the moon and back. The shit's not going to work because there's a chasm in this relationship of one ideal argument that you guys aren't coming together with.
Yeah. Well, they actually handled it really well in the first season, and so it was like, why do we need to keep having the same fight? So I basically told my fiance, I was like, we turned the last episode off, and I was like, okay, I just need to let you know this right now. And she's like, what? And I was like, if they pretend break up one more time because of converting to Judaism, I'm out. Yeah.
So you're out. No season 3 for Devan?
But I don't want to be. I just wish that they would move the fuck on.
I agree. You know me, I'm, for the most part, with some of these shows, I'm like, it's just a dumb rom-com. Like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, it is a dumb rom-com. But like,
I fucking can't. Like, because when I was done, because I know you were kind of like, whatever. And then when I was done, like, okay, this is dumb. Like, this is stupid. And I even told my mom, who was like, an episode left, I'm like, fuck this show. She's like, what? I'm like, she's like, it's just a basic rom-com with Chris. I'm like, no, fuck this show. This ending pissed me off, and I text my sister about it. She's like, it's just a basic rom-com, Josh. I'm like, no. And then my sister saw it. She's like, okay, yeah, that was bullshit. She's like, what are we doing? We're just going in circles here.
Exactly. It's just the circles part. Like, I like the idea of Kristen Bell's character being exposed to Judaism. I like the idea of like Esther being gradually nicer to her. I like that the families get along. I think Sasha's like the best character in the show, obviously. Because he's not a fucking idiot. Like, he knows that like his wife runs the show. He knows that his wife's like super hot. Like, he knows to just kind of keep your head down, just, you know, not know when to draw the attention to yourself. And he's funny and he's caring and he's a good listener. And he's a nice friend of Succession Girl. Like, and yet friggin' he's getting dumped on. And then it's just like, oh my gosh, like I can't even at this point in time. So, and that's the sad part of it, is I think that if under the right circumstances, this should have been the 30-year-old's OC, which I'm in the mood for. I'm okay with a long-lasting relationship show if you're going to tell some like actual relatable issues. And then like the one time they get into a fight because he wanted to spend the night by himself before his big interview, and she blew it up into this whole thing. And then 2 episodes later, she has a night by herself where she watches like friggin' Real Housewives or something like that. And he didn't make a big deal about it.
Oh, yeah, because they did the whole thing like, I just need a break, or not even a break, like I just need a day. And it was like, she just went fucking berserk about it. And it was like,
she went crazy.
It was not that deep. Like,
yes.
Like, yeah, like I have this big thing for my job, and I just need the day. I just need the day to just do my own thing. And she treated like they fucking broke up. And again, maybe he needed to have more of a conversation about it, more communication side. But I was like even when she mentioned it, I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, he, you know, it's a big deal for him. Like, it's nothing serious against you. I just need to just like gear down and like study and figure this shit out. And then we'll holler at each other tomorrow. Like,
but then she did the exact same thing like 2 episodes later, and I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
So that I appreciate. I'm glad that you see it my way, because I thought I was going crazy because my partner was like, oh, it's not that bad, and I was like, it's not about being bad. I don't think the show's bad.
It's not a bad show, but it's frustrating. Because,
the show does not help.
You and I, you know, we did a fucking 6-episode arc of Mackenzie Beach. Maybe one day it'll come back. Who knows? But like, I want those shows. OTH is coming back 2026 or 2027. So like, we'll get one of those shows. Yeah. Sophia Bush is the showrunner.
Are you excited?
Good. Yes, because that piece of shit's not running the show anymore, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, it'll be exciting to see, all that kind of. It's really weird. OTH is having this weird. It was on Amazon, I
Resurgence.
guess. So when I wore, when I was emceeing an event, I wore my Nathan Scott jersey, and man, the reception, like, holy shit, that's so cool. That's so cool. I'm like, this is weird.
Right, because you only
it's
thought you'd
having
have a
resurgence.
couple. Right, you'd only have a couple pops about it, right? But people were
I'm
like
still
going
waiting
crazy.
for this Mad Men one, man. It's coming to HBO in 4K next week, so I'm
Right.
wondering if this is the one now. Like that the certain side is going to find Mad Men out now.
Are you gonna rewatch it in 4K?
Yeah, I'll rewatch it.
Which is your what? Fourth time?
It'll be fourth. I still got to rewatch Sopranos. That's got to do that because I forget Sopranos and I kind of forgot The Wire a little bit. So those probably got to go in for the rewatch. And Succession. I got to do the Succession rewatch.
I only want to do the Succession rewatch if it's in Lego.
Yeah,
that scene.
Dude, what's that dude? Trevor something? I want to give him credit. I can find his Instagram quick. Go ahead. Sorry.
You mean like the person who made it? I thought you were talking about like the characters of the show, and I was
no, the dude that makes it.
Oh, I don't know who makes it. That's really cool. Yeah.
Trevor Lee. I just want to give him credit because he did a fucking Pluribus one. We're gonna talk about Pluribus. He did Pluribus like 4 days after the episode aired. So I'm like,
really?
He must have got a screener because he did the atom bomb scene in the hospital. I was like,
okay.
How the fuck did he do that fast?
I think so. I'm starting to kind of have two schools of thought here, and I know it'll never happen, but I think I'd be a lot more interested in things if they were either Lego based or Muppets based. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like, so Lego would never do any kind of adult themed things, and I'm fine with that. But I would just like some shows would just be way better if it was just Lego people. Or you know how like the Lego movie, like if someone died, like their legs and their body would just come apart and they'd be like, right?
Yeah.
I think that like more humor like that in some of these very serious shows would just be the funniest shit to me. Like I would like Slow Horses as Lego would just be hilarious.
Okay. Talked about that. We're going to talk about Pluribus in a second here. Is that how you say it? Pluribus?
I think it's Pluribus.
Okay.
There's an I in it somewhere. Pluribus, yeah.
I really quickly want to talk about the Eddie doc. Did you see it at all?
No. I probably won't, to be honest. So just
yeah, so that's why I just figured I'd give it like 2 minutes really quick. Eddie, it reminded me again, like Eddie is just so important to me.
Right.
It just reminded me that just as a comedian and watching him growing up and just how important, like so many of his movies are just so important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trading Places is important to me. Beverly Hills Cop is important to me. But then like him kind of too, like talking about like, oh, and like then in like the night, like then having Dr. Dolittle and Nutty Professor when we were kids, right? Like I remember seeing Nutty Professor in the theater and just like losing my mind.
Yeah.
And then you kind of look at all the people like Chappelle's in that movie. Like it's like it's kind of crazy. You kind of look at some of the actors that are in that, and then you kind of go and then you look at like Boomerang and stuff like that. Down the road, you go back to some of those films. Like I always kind of think that Farrell is my favorite comedian for movies, but then I'm just like, it's probably Eddie, because Coming to America I didn't even mention. It's really important to me. Like there's so many jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, whenever I go to a hotel and I just want to be like, good morning, everyone. And then I just want someone to be like, fuck you. It's like, yes, fuck you too.
You should have done that. That would have happened on your vacation if you did that.
So, yeah, even like singing Sexual Chocolate. What's Sexual Chocolate? Like there's a lot of good Eddie stuff there. And, you know, what he did in SNL, and this is funny because I wanted to have an SNL point really quick here too before we go to finish this off. Was just too good to be on that show. You just like when you remember the heat check when he came back to do SNL, and it was funny. They spent about 5 minutes on the SNL he came back for, which they mentioned that on there, but I don't think there'll be a moment like that ever again. Just like it was such a big deal when he came back to SNL. Like you just kind of. That's power as a comic and as a famous person that like it just there was a lot of stuff built up. Obviously, the David Spade comment that kind of built up and then departed Eddie away from there. But you can kind of tell Eddie meant that much to what SNL was and to what we think of Eddie when he hosted that. Like people that as you know, I watch SNL every single week. But people that I know was like, oh shit, I gotta watch SNL this week because Eddie Murphy's on it and he hasn't been on for so long, and I want to see if he does James Brown or Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood or whatever else, right? Or Buckwheat or Gumby. And so it was a really cool. It's one of the better docs I've seen. I saw the Charlie Sheen doc, which was fine. This was a really good doc. If you like Eddie Murphy, you'll love this. And he talked about partying with Rick James, and there was some really cool Charlie Murphy stuff in there as well.
Oh, R.I.P. Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. So
I'm glad that you liked it.
Highly suggest it. On the SNL side of things, I've mentioned this before. It's so cool being an SNL fan like I was, since 90, really started watching it with my sisters, staying up at 12, watching since like 94 and carrying it all the way now. But just when you really think about it as like a AAA or like a G League side of things or like a WHL type of thing, it's so interesting, right? Because like you look at the kind of the landscape now and you got Wig, where she is, and Hader. Forte came back this week and did MacGruber, by the way, with Powell.
Wow.
Yeah. But when you see someone on there and you're like, oh, shit. So I kind of saw that with Bowen, right?
Okay.
You kind of knew Bowen was going to be something. I thought Bowen was going to be a super duper star, and I don't know if he will, but you knew there was talent there, right?
Yeah.
You kind of saw with Kate McKinnon, although I'm not a big Kate McKinnon fan, but you knew. This girl, Ashley Badala, on there right now, she's the next Wig.
Is she?
She is super duper star written all over her.
Oh, good. So you can tell just right away, hey?
She's just stealing. They tried to make things with Marcelo Hernandez, and he's good. He did this. I can't remember the last name of the comic. There's this comic, Sebastian. Last name starts with an M. If I'll send it to you after, but he did an imitation of him, fucking hilarious. But this Ashley on SNL right now, he's like, yep, she's the next super duper star.
Just every time you see her, you're like, why is it?
And she was a featured player last year. She's still a featured player this year, but because who left this year? Ego Odom left, and somebody else really big left. Oh, Heidi Gardner left. So they kind of get called up, right? They're going to Hollywood. They're taking shows and all that kind of shit. So then it's like, okay, well, there's more playing time. Go see what you can do. Take a few shots, right? And you're kind of like, okay. So she's taking the most out of that. And it's been a pretty good season. Glenn Powell was good on the Glenn Powell. I saw Running Man. Yeah, this Edgar Wright news about Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Yeah, let's get back to that.
Yeah, it sounds like Running Man was okay, but he really went away from what makes Edgar Wright good, and which that's kind of one of the
an Edgar Wright, like One Night in Soho, which is a flawed but good movie.
It's not bad. Not memorable though.
No, that has Edgar Wright stuff written all over it, right? Baby Driver obviously has Edgar Wright stuff all over it. And like I don't want him to always just do stuff with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost because he doesn't need them as a filmmaker. But like watching Running Man, like this is not. If you told me this was Edgar Wright, I wouldn't know. I would just think it's just any other kind of action director. Like there's none of those good shots he has. Like I saw One Battle After Another the other day. Damn. There's one scene, and I don't want to talk about anything about this movie till Devan sees it. There is one scene that is one of the greatest film making experiences I've ever fucking had.
That's cool. I cannot wait to see it.
And Sean Penn, fuck him. He is, dare I say, he is like almost at like heavier Bardem levels at times in this. In like No Country for Old Men.
He is that good. He is that good, right? Like no one's ever doubted Sean Penn talent. It's just Sean Penn, the person's kind of a friggin' weirdo.
Yeah. And the character definitely plays on that. And Leo's just Leo. Like like when we talk about Oscar stuff for this, I'm like, well, Leo's just being Leo. I don't really take anything from Leo in this. He's just being Leo. So like, whatever.
Will he get nominated?
Oh, probably. I don't think he should win. I mean, I have to see everyone else nominated, but Leo's not the star. Sean Penn's the best acting performance in it.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
Man,
again, I don't want to talk about anything more. You'll see the film eventually here.
Yeah.
Like, shit, there is one specific scene, and I haven't talked to Adam as much about this. I have to, where I'm just like, this is fucking right out of Hitchcock. This is crazy. Like everything that's shot, everything with the music. I was like, God damn. There's some Sorkin in it a little bit. There's like a Hitchcock side. There's a Sorkin side. There's a fucking Kubrick fucking thing. Like PTA is just taking inspiration from everybody.
It's almost like he's pretty freaking good at what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that saying, like, and you know what's funny is I'm someone I would say I'm like, I like his stuff. I would not say I'm a fan because I got to it so late.
Yeah.
But every time I've watched a PTA movie, it's just kind of like, God damn, like he's just so creative in like this way that I can't even begin to explain. Like I don't get how he comes up with these ideas, and then he makes it work. Like I saw Boogie Nights for the first time like sometime this year, the summertime, maybe springtime.
Crazy.
And just because like it was late at night one night, I was having a couple drinks, and it was just like, oh, like it had just, I think it's because I had watched Lebowski, and I think I was really in like the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I walked away from that movie being like, I just walked out of like, I was almost like you're at like a book reading. Like you see like you're looking right at the author as they're reading like the best chapter of the book. And you're just like, what did I just see? He just pulled out his dick, like literally, figuratively, especially in Boogie Nights. But I was just like, oh my goodness, like he just made like it's just perfect. It was just perfect. I don't know what to say.
I have to rewatch this movie again because it's one of those movies like shit. Like I think Sean Fennessy. What does Sean Fennessy say on his letterbox for this? And I kind of echo it. He's just like, I've seen it 5 times and I need to see it again. Like
really,
it's one of those movies that define that you want to rewatch it after because you just keep on thinking about it afterwards. Like halfway into it, like I kind of did the stubborn bullshit. I'm like half an hour, I was like, this movie's not that fucking good. Why is everyone going crazy about this movie? It's not that good. And then by the end, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's really fucking good. It's probably gonna win the Oscar.
So I feel really, really, really dumb for not knowing this. I didn't know him and Maya Rudolph were a thing.
Yeah, kids and
like that's how little I know about PTA.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, in fairness to you, I think the only other PTA movie I'd seen before this was Boogie Nights.
Well, we saw Inherent Vice in the theater, which I really liked.
Oh, we did, right. It was fun.
I saw The Master during the pandemic.
You've never seen The Master, which I've heard nothing but good things.
Or was it...
I've seen Punch Drunk Love.
Sorry, I saw Phantom Thread. I didn't see that. I didn't see The Master. But you know what I mean? Like
Blood?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, I need to see that. That's...
Have you not seen it?
I've never seen it, no.
Just like...
I've abandoned my boy! I've abandoned my child!
It is not a fun... It's not a fun movie. It's a good movie, but it's not fun.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I got the Sean Fennessy quote here. 5 times and still hits me hard. I can't remember the last time a movie could do that. I'm like, yep, that is exactly it.
That's really cool.
And then what did Adam say? PTA made a GTA movie, which I kind of see, but not as much.
Okay.
And then, but my favorite on here is like Penn doing his best Cotton Hill impression. I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. As someone who's like still going through the King of the Hill rewatch, Cotton is a certain special character.
It's kind of cool that Fantasy is probably the movie critic I respect the most right now. Now with The Ringer getting stuff on Netflix and on the Samsung TV as well. They have their own channel on there now, which is crazy.
That is.
So like he kind of has that outlet to be one of the main movie critics, and then the fact that we have Adam to kind of bounce off of stuff and everything like that. It's like it's a good movie. Will it be my best movie at the end of the year? There's another movie that's still my movie of the year right now.
What's that?
It's K-pop Demon Hunter still.
Oh. I wasn't like, I'm so bad with, like, obviously we do this podcast. I'm very in tune with pop culture in general. I'm just really bad at when things come out now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, you could tell me that, like, did the Penguin come out this year, technically? February, right?
Year. No, last year, dude. It was fucking September.
That's what I mean. Like, you could tell me it was this year, last year. I'd just be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, I feel like I just watched it.
Zootopia's out next week. Wicked's this week. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because we got one more show and then I got to run into it. But the Wicked press tour is weird. It's getting fucking weird, man. It's getting weird.
Hey, you know what? Maybe Ariana Grande is a little bit weird.
Well, it's just like with her. I mean, I'm not the first person to do it. You go on TikTok or Instagram, people make fun of it, but it's just like with her and Cynthia Riva and Ariana Grande, and like you see them at these press tours, and it's like, so what do you have for dinner? Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. What did you just ask? It's like, calm down.
And then, like, in solidarity, we're not going to, like, we're only going to,
do any more press? Yeah.
Do press together. Yeah.
And everyone, I think, is just kind of like, that's okay. We're kind of over this. Just have the movie. It had mixed reviews. I think it finished at 75 in the box office. I'll see it on the weekend, probably Sunday this week or Monday, because I really like the first one, obviously.
Of course.
Looking forward to this one. And then, we have Zootopia, and then nothing really for 3 weeks. And then, obviously, the movie everyone's waiting for in December, Anaconda.
Who's in this one again? I don't even remember.
Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
Jack Black has, honest to God, the weirdest filmography lately. And, like, this is the guy who was in friggin', like, what was that friggin' dumbass? Was he in that, the Undeclared movie or whatever? That movie about university or whatever?
Oh, Orange County.
Yes! The South Harmon Institute of Technology. Yeah, it was.
I weirdly own the DVD and the Blu-ray for that, and the VHS.
Why?
Because I really liked it when I was younger, and, one would, you just collect physical media at that point, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I heard him on, I think it was Amy Poehler's podcast, talking about like Led Zeppelin, and the way he talks about music, highly recommended.
Well, he's an actual musician, so I will give him lots of credit when it comes to music. So
because he was making an argument about Led Zeppelin being the greatest band of all time. And by the time I was done listening, I'm like, yep, I don't disagree with anything that Jack Black just said there.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes. Yeah, like that. Everyone comes around to Led Zeppelin once in a while.
Absolutely. Obviously, Avatar is the big movie that comes out in December, and that will have the Avengers trailer with it as well.
Ooh.
And so
I am not an Avatar. Let me put it this way: I'm not an Avatar fan.
Me either.
But I do like going.
Yeah.
Like you turn your brain off. You just friggin' you pop a couple gummies or something, and you're just like, I want to watch some cool visuals, and you get them, and then that's it.
I thought the last movie was pretty good. I'm sure this one will be fine.
Yeah, the fire people.
The fire people. So excited. Okay, let's talk about probably the Emmy for best drama in 2025 and 2026.
Go on.
This show is, I'm loving it. I love pod people stuff. I love body snatcher stuff. I'm always so interested in it. And I think Vince Gilligan really has turned some of this stuff around in a really nice way, because you're on your edge of the seat. like with some of the other sci-fi questions, there's a lot of moral questions that you're asking with this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think Rhea Seaborn, I mean, you didn't see Better Call Saul, but, I knew that she, had this ability to be someone that could lead a show like this.
Okay.
I thought today's episode up to the finale was so well done and like so on the edge of your seat. Simmons.
Wait, this is it's not the finale.
No, the finale of this, the final scene of this episode.
Oh, the final scene. Okay, I was like, what do you mean? What?
Bill Simmons on his mailbag had the iPad test, but you and I have been talking about this forever, the phone test, right? Of like, I don't like, and there's been like 3 shows in the entirety of this podcast that it's like, I'm not on my phone. Succession, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, maybe a little bit of Lotus. Maybe there's a Shogun. This is getting there. Like I feel like I'm just kind of gripped by everything that's happening with it, that I'm not on my phone or iPad or whatever. Like I am gripped. I'm interested in what's happening. I think we kind of talked about nobody wants us in the slow burn of things. I think in the way that Severance kind of piqued your interest at first, but it never answered anything. I don't think it insults you as much as Severance does, of just spinning in circles like, oh, what does this mean? And this, like, there's stuff every episode. I'm like, okay, well, you give me the breadcrumbs. Where I think Severance is like, here's the loaf, and here's half the loaf for the second final episode. The breadcrumbs all kind of build up.
That's fair. I do respect. Well, we obviously know that Gilligan is just an incredible writer. Mm-hmm. So I want to give them a lot of credit for, especially in this show. Like, there's so much to set up, and I'm reserving my judgment on if I think the show is good until I figure out what direction they want to go in. Yeah. But I feel like so many things have kind of been answered. Like the entire premise is really easy to understand. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a lot of energy to think about what's going on.
The elevator pitch, right? It was like, hey, hive-minded people take over, alien
everything's
virus.
Good. Yeah, everything's good.
6 people survive it, and they want to take them over, but they're going to kind of kill them with kindness. Okay, done. So,
for some reason, they couldn't figure out why these people didn't get turned, and but now it's like this big philosophical question, and this is and my partner and I actually talked about kind of the implications of these questions, like, what would happen if you were in this situation, or what do you think would happen? And Carol, because I actually know Rhea Seaborn from a very, very short-lasted show in the 2000s or 2010s called Whitney, with the Whitney Cummings show.
Oh my God!
Where she was like the sassy best friend, which I thought was,
God, what a bull!
Trust me,
I did not expect that from you.
It was a weird time. College was a weird time for us all.
That's amazing.
But I would watch it with my roommates. We'd have like Thursday TV night, and we would watch 2.5 Men, and we'd watch Whitney and a couple other things, like kind of like the Cougar Town shows and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's how I know her from. But
love it.
I appreciate how the show really delves into like her standing her ground, her thought processes, and then we're also discovering a little bit more about her as time's going on. And even because over the course of these 4 episodes, we've now gone through 7 days since that takeover. But even how she's changing as a person is interesting too. She is not the same person who started this show, and obviously she has like lots of trauma and lots of things she has to deal with. But I appreciate the fact that she has agency. I appreciate the fact that she's relatively she's driven, she's motivated, she has a plan, or she doesn't have a plan, but she has she has conviction. She knows what she wants to do. Now, is the show going to turn into some kind of grand adventure? Is it going to be like some person flying around the world, going to different places, trying to discover things and like Lost? I doubt it. Or is this going to be like a science fiction show? I don't know. Or is it going to be like a philosophical show? Because technically speaking, like all of her needs will be met. And she has access to basically talking to anybody in the whole world at any point in time. So like, but there's a double-edged sword of that, right? So are you really talking to anybody if you're talking to everybody?
Yeah.
And you'd get really lonely kind of doing that sort of thing.
Well, like, yeah, she sees the mayor, but you don't really need to talk to the mayor specifically. You can
No.
talk to your next door neighbor, and they have all the information that the mayor does, or the president, or the Dalai Lama, or whoever.
Exactly. Well, you know what it is? I think it's kind of, and because in the show, cell phones are down. It's like having Chat GPT on your, or Siri on your, really. But in real life, like I was talking to my fiance about this just like half an hour ago. I was like, I think I'd keep one or two people around, not necessarily to like for companionship. I don't think I would like want them to like keep me entertained, but more of like to help me problem solve certain things, right? Like if you have, it's like being able to reference a dictionary, a textbook, Wikipedia, whatever, but through people who can actually help you do it, right? So if like, oh, I need to make a fire, I don't know how, these people, these pod people could help me.
It's interesting because Rick and Morty kind of did this exact premise.
Okay.
With a thing called Unity that was voiced by Christina Hendricks. And there's a point where, Summer, Rick's granddaughter, makes them kind of turn away from who they are, and they kind of like throw up and whatever, like, oh, well, like, where am I? What's going on? And so there's that side. Like, when is that going to happen? Like, will there be a point where, like, that's why this episode was so poignant and interesting for me when he's trying to get the answer out with the truth serum,
right.
or whatever the drug that she used was, to try to be like, can this be reversed? Can this be reversed? Because that's the question we're asking. Can it be reversed? Like,
right.
Is there a weakness in the hive mind, right? Which like there was with Unity in the Rick and Morty episode. So that's the part I'm really interested in. Like, where's the weak spot? And I thought that was really important that Vince Gilligan showed that there too, because again, they did not answer with violence. So that's a really interesting thing of like, they will never answer with violence. And that would be the one time they did. They were feeling the pain. You saw the tears and everything like that from all the group around when she was trying to get the answer out, but they still did not answer with violence, which I'm sure that's something she's going to take into contention there, where she continues to push for answers. But I thought that was really interesting. If they were ever going to answer with violence or
that'd
punishment,
be the time.
or that would be the time, and they didn't.
It also kind of makes you begs the question, is this just not like a post? So I watched a lot of different kind of science fiction shows and stuff like that, and a lot of philosophical things. And one of the shows that I really appreciate tackles the idea of like people being connected to the internet, right?
Yeah.
And so what eventually is going to happen, so let's say this future takes place, eventually what happens is that when everyone joins the internet, then it's all going to be kind of one, every consciousness is kind of going to be all combined, right? And you kind of ask yourself, like, is that necessarily a bad thing? And different people have different values, so I'm not going to say it's a bad thing if you think so or don't, but more along the lines of like, if I had the potential, like let's say, because my body will eventually age and it'll break down and eventually it'll die. If I had the potential of living forever in the internet, knowing everything and seeing everything and being able to explore, like, that sounds kind of cool, personally speaking.
So there,
I could be wrong.
all right, I think we're good. I had some technical difficulties. My headphones just died on me.
Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully, still recording, right? So you can edit this part out. Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, would joining the internet be necessarily a bad thing? And so, like, obviously, you kind of lose your individuality and your freedom, but at the same time, like the things that you gain, and then the things that the human race gains, which is like the end of all wars and conflict and infectious diseases and blah 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 blah. Like that's a really interesting conversation to have. I would not necessarily be against it. Like if it happened to me, like I think one of the biggest things about the show Pluribus that we're talking about is it happened without consent.
Yeah.
If you gave, I'm not trying to critique the show or anything like that. How would it be different, or would people make different decisions if they had the ability to give consent? How many people would say yes in the world? And I'm
Yeah,
sure the
that's
answer
a
is a lot.
really interesting question. And that's kind of back to my point with the unity thing from Rick and Morty of the consciousness side of things. Is
Right.
is the consciousness completely gone, or
Hmm.
is it kind of like Get Out, right?
You're stuck. Yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah.
you're kind of in like the sunken place, right? So like
Mm,
that's the question that I'm interested too, right? Like so that part I'm interested in, like making these people do like tasks and whatever, and are they just kind of like just a prisoner in their own
mm.
vessel?
That's and I obviously that is what she's trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Um,
Or
and
just are
so
they dead? Because like then there's like the moral quandary of big quandary of souls and all that kind of stuff, and are their souls gone? And this is just a overall vessel for this person. But then
mhm.
when Carol had the thing, and then a bunch of people died, was their soul already gone? And the consciousness was already gone. Like that's again, like there's a lot of thoughts to show, and I'm sure that's what Vince Gilligan wanted.
Whether or not we end up liking the show or we think the show is good, I think it'll be fun to talk about the show.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it right now. So I'll probably watch the first season. Like I said, I just want to see how they're gonna handle the heaviness of the show. I don't care what about the decisions that she makes as a character. I care about the kind of tone. Are we going to make it kind of like a dark comedy? Are we going to make it kind of slapsticky? Are we going to make it like very philosophical? Are we going to make it kind of like an adventure show? Maybe it's going to be none of those things, and I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm looking at the IMDb reviews because I've never looked at them, and man, there's some people that hated the last episode 3, which
What
I
what
I
about it
enjoyed.
was what about it was bad? I
They
don't really
they said it was
know.
boring. I'm like, yeah, that's a show.
One of my
They
favorite
were
things of one of my favorite things about the show so far was like, would you give me an atom bomb?
yeah
It's like, well, I love the whole grenade gag. That was like a nice little just that was such like a little like Breaking Bad when they're just like fucking around and like shot through the door kind of thing of the motorhome. Like it's just such a
yeah.
dumb little thing that it made the show feel a little bit more human to me.
The actor that portrayed that did really really well there.
Oh, definitely.
Like he was like, and I think everyone on. I noticed it today with the doctor when she was asking for heroin.
Yeah.
They all have a certain cadence to them, which was something I kind of noticed, but like they
Oh.
all have kind of a certain cadence to their voice, right? There's
They
no
kind of speak
one
like AI.
they all kind of speak like a chat GPT or Siri or whatever, right? Like
I wonder if it's because they need to go through so many brains to figure out what
mhm,
the right answer is that they
yeah,
get delayed.
yeah,
But regardless, like I'm cautiously optimistic about this show. Like I'm not going to say it's the best show of the year. I'm not going to say like I'm in all the way already. I just want to see what they're doing with it, and I'm happy so far. So great.
I like having a thought provoking show like
It
this.
is. It is. Yeah.
Like that's why, because like I said, there's moral quandaries in this. Like there's like when I like the dialogue with in the hospital when she's like, well, you don't know what it's like to have this. So
Right.
like you don't know, and that's why it's interesting too. Like you talked about the consent of taking over. It would have been interesting of like, well, can I have a taste of what it's like to have it, and then kind of go back to myself, and then
Mm,
if I feel comfortable, then I'll take over, and then there could be the dialogue of everyone taking it. I mean, I think the biggest thing on this, there's a few things. Like part of me was wondering, will there be revival of Dead? Right. So her partner, will she ever be revived? And like, will we see her pop out of the backyard? I kind of don't
I'm gonna
want
say
that, but I'm
unlikely.
really fearful that's gonna fucking happen.
Right. I'm gonna say it's
Like,
unlikely, but I'm not gonna. I would if that does come true, I'm gonna call you right away.
yeah, that's I'm like, she's gonna pop out of that backyard.
He's
So
so
there's that,
funny.
and that I do think that this show at some point has to see the reverse side, and then so that leads to a certain side of the hive mind leading to some anger of like, we were nice to you, we did everything, and you're trying to destroy us. So then there's
That's where I see,
a little bit of warfare then starting to go on with, the non-conform people to the conform people.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do
what,
see your
Dev,
point
there
with
could be a
that.
point too where the very end of the season is they're like, fine, we will release everyone and give them the opportunity. We will give them the choice. Or, because it starts off like, I think it's like a satellite signal that they take. And so we still have that whole thing of like, well, why was that signal sent out? What's the bigger purpose and what's the reason for all of this? Because that's still never really been described to us.
I don't know if the humans will ever figure out what that is until the group who designed it. Well, actually, we know it was 600 million light years away or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the people who sent it are long since dead. We'll never know why. But at the same time, there are some incredible assets to it, right? Like having access to all of knowledge, end of war, well, even think about this, no consumerism. No one needs to buy anything anymore.
No.
But there's also no entertainment. There's no art. There's no... So there's nothing to really...
If she wanted to, she's like, I'm a huge Charlotte Hornets fan. Make them win the NBA championship or something like that, right? Like, it's like, just have a whole season. This is what I want the season to be.
Exactly.
I'm a huge Cleveland Brown fan. I want to see them win the Super Bowl finally, and this is how I want it to happen.
That's a really good point because, could you ask them to like simulate regular behavior and just go about their normal days? And so, but at the same time, one of the things I thought about, like, oh man, like if this happened to me, I would immediately want to just travel to different places on Earth. But then I was like, it's not very special if no one else is around to see it. Like all I'm doing is,
right?
All I'm looking at is buildings or paintings. I'm not experiencing with anybody else, which is part of the joy, right?
Yeah. Well, because she's watching Golden Girls. I'm like, could she be like, I want Golden Girls with like Emma Stone and like Mila Kunis and whoever, right? Like, and like, and I want like 12 episodes of it and blah blah blah. Like, okay, we'll make that.
Oh my god, it'd be so easy. Like one day they're just like, I would love it if she's just like, oh, like I want Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul to like act like Breaking Bad for a day.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, like they're on their way.
Yeah.
Like she could ask for anything she wanted to. Like look at the guy with Air Force One, right? Like that was kind of his thing, which is what she didn't like, was that he was using these people to his advantage.
There's a lot of moral questions with that guy.
But then
a lot of moral questions.
Of course.
Like Wonder Woman 2 questions.
Yeah. Wonder Woman. Deep cut Wonder Woman 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, I think it'll be a fun like bar show to talk about with people. Like, oh, are you watching it? Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, what are your theories? Will the theories be as good as what have happened in the show be as good as our theories? I have no idea. But if there's one person who's going to do it, it's probably Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I like these Thursday. We normally do the pods on Thursday. I mean, Peacemaker, I really enjoyed having that, and then Peacemaker, some people say didn't stick the line. I thought it, for what it could bring. I mean, I'm not going down this rabbit hole because we're going to wrap up here, but like Peacemaker might not even matter because of where this WB sale is going.
Oh, well.
So if it, just enjoy the Gunverse for the maybe final year that we have it before it sounds like we're going back to the Snyderverse, which is really a bummer.
Do you think that they would really fire Gunn and bring Snyder in?
If who is going to buy it, buys it, then yes. So you really got to hope that Comcast buys it. That's if you want to keep James Gunn, we really got to hope that Comcast is the one that buys it, not Paramount, and not who's associated with Paramount.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But hey, we've got Lanterns. Lanterns got pushed now to the summertime, so that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And we got Clayface. Everything's looking cool with that. Supergirl. We got some Cape Crusader news actually.
They're
going. So they just talked about the Joker stuff, right? the Joker, they are going back to the 50s, 60s Joker.
Oh, cool. So he's an
for
old
those
gangster.
yeah, and it's funny because I was reading some of those comics
Yep.
on my time away. That Joker is so much more crazy.
Like Killing Joke Joker?
No, this is like 50, 60. He's not laughing like that. Like the
Oh,
Joker
yeah,
we know now is like he wants to get a laugh out of Batman type of. This guy is he's just a murderer.
Yeah.
He's just a gangster murderer.
Mm-hmm. Jack Napier, if you
Like in
believe.
some ways, like Caesar Ramon kind of changed the ideal that we had of Joker, and then that
Right.
was evolved to Nicholson, and then that was evolved more with Hamill, and then Ledger, and then that's kind of the present day Joker now kind of side that we have. But when you
Right.
read that Joker from the 50s and the 60s, it's entirely different.
Like he's like twisted, like for
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Even in Cape Crusader, we got more of that Batman, right? The early kind of golden age Batman.
I actually really enjoyed that show for what it was. Like,
Yeah.
I have no issues with that Cape Crusader show on, was it Amazon, right?
Yeah, that one. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It was exactly what I was hoping for. It was just long enough. They had a couple nice little Easter eggs here, and then it kind of was like, okay, do you care if Barbara Gordon and if the girls will know each other or not? Which I think it fleshes the characters out a little bit more than we've seen in the past. So like, I didn't have an issue with it, but I don't know if it was like I don't remember much about the show, but I remember I liked it. So I'll probably watch, like, if it came up for season 2, I would watch it.
I'm not going to talk too much because I haven't seen this yet. I'm hoping to this week. Visions, just really quick from you.
Oh, really? It was a good season.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ever going to recapture the amazement of what season 1 felt like because it was the first time doing it. But the episodes I think were better than season 2 because they were more focused. Because like season 2s were all like, oh, like let's have a fun little time here and a fun little time there, right? Some of these episodes were like, oh, we're getting down to business, and I was like, yes, perfect.
Yeah, I'll watch it this week, and then we'll have the full review of Visions next week.
All right.
So, and what else? What else have you played, seen, read?
I am binging Slow Horses.
Yeah, you're saying that.
And I think it's relatively inoffensive. I'm starting to realize that how things, people talk about like they want like hard boiled stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want like really gritty spy stuff.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is like a spy show for our dads or grandpas. It's still a good show. It's still entertaining. Like I thought the last season with Hugo Weaving was pretty good. But it was really predictable. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm at, where I wish like it wasn't so like, basically it just feels like they're just cops.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know if I like that part, but I mean, Gary Oldman, he's just playing a mean old bastard as usual. Right. So it's kind of like, good for you, man. Like you get them checks.
I think I got that Ted Danson show I watch on Netflix that's back this week, so I'll probably watch that, but I got to start watching The Pit before the end of the year here. I don't feel like we're about a month away from our awards, and I don't feel justified doing that until I see The Pit.
It is not a fun show, but holy shit, do you just walk out there being like, I can't believe this is real life. And then of course I live with someone who this is their real life, so it's
yeah.
It was too real sometimes. What?
I don't think we're in November. I normally, like this time, we have our show of the year locked. I do not have it locked.
I do not have it locked either.
Like, cause last year, like, yeah, Shogun, done.
Well, that one was obvious. That was like the only real
the year
option.
before that, Succession, done.
Let's see. Really quickly, TV shows of 25. Okay, Friends and Neighbors, The Pit, Lazarus, which no one ever watched, Mobland. That's just a whatever.
I still got to watch Landman this week. I haven't watched Landman yet.
Right.
That's not going to be in the category, though.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, I really enjoy Peacemaker, but that's not show of the year.
Oh, Task. Task was good.
You'll have to watch Task.
You haven't watched it at all?
No, apparently this Claire Danes show is really good on Netflix right now.
Task is actually getting a season 2, which I found interesting because
Because Mayor did, you were saying, right?
Mayor didn't, or maybe it's just because it was a one. Maybe Mayor was always going to be a one season thing. Oh, Alien Earth, disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Although Mrs. Eyeball is getting a Funko Pop.
that's awesome.
Get them while you can, because it sounds like the bubble's they're about to go. You know what's really crazy? So, they don't listen to this, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm getting my nieces the K-pop Demon Hunter Funkos because the fucking Barbies already sold out. They didn't make enough of the Barbies. Maybe you would think that would be a hot toy for Christmas there, Mattel.
Well, they don't get to. Yeah.
It
they didn't know what they were doing, right?
Of Mando with the Grogu stuff, it's like sometimes you just can't see this stuff happening, right? And it was funny, like I was just in Disney Paris, and now when you leave Star Tours, it's like half of the store is just Grogu merchandise now.
Oh yeah. It's like they caught up, and then they decided to double down when they didn't need to.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to Disney Park now, Dev, there is 3 things of merchandise you see more than anything. Can you tell me the 3 merchandise things you see the most in the Disney parks? 3 characters.
Stitch.
Stitch is number 1.
Okay, Stitch, Grogu, and Elsa.
Elsa's there, even Mickey.
Well, Mickey, I kind of assumed was just like Mickey is ubiquitous now. Like I just assume Mickey's everywhere.
Yeah.
But those are the 3 non-Mickey characters that are big right now.
I did hear a mom go to the desk like, "Do you have any K-pop Demon
Makes
Hunter
sense.
stuff?" It's like the guy's like, "Please stop asking us this. That's not ours."
It doesn't even look like Disney. That's the weird thing.
I know.
It seemed like more like a DreamWorks thing to me than anything, but I know
exactly. I finished the morning show, but we're running out of time, so I won't go down that. But just to tease Devan, Bradley Jackson got stuck in a Belarus prison.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll leave you on that cliffhanger.
Ooh. Do they get out or not? Next time on Clone High.
And then what else have I watched? Oh yeah, I finished Emily in Paris. And yeah, watched Weird Science because that was in the rewatchables. And yeah, that movie want to get made today.
Oh damn! I wanted to watch it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on Stars right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, movie would not get made today. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm putting it on my list because I've always like.
I think we're on a little bit of a lag right now, so just a heads up on that. So because we're on a lag, I'm going to wrap up the recording right here. Thanks everyone for listening, and until next time, folks. Cheers and enjoy.